A good morning to you, Eddie. I appreciate you coming on so early in the morning. I know it's 5 a.m. for you. So, how are you feeling?
I'm wonderful. Just woke up, but it's fine. I'm ready for
Good,
this
good.
interview.
So, the reason I invited you on is because I saw some very nice wins from you in the freelancing campus. Could you explain what that was about and how did it begin?
Yeah, so when I started in the real world campus, I was already doing an Airbnb passive income
Yep.
business. And once I started, the real world, when I got in the freelancing campus and the financial campus, uh, I learned a lot from Tate and Professor Arnold about it's about speed. You got to get speed, bring in the money for what's working already, bring it in. And also, when I bounced back to the freelancing campus, Dylan was you could definitely use that as a skill, to coach people. So that's going to be another business where you can scale that as well. And I didn't think about that, so that was a huge encouragement.
And in terms of coaching people, how has that gone? Did you find people to coach? Has it scaled?
Yeah, definitely. So I've been posting on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, especially in Instagram, where I'm I learned how to DM people from the freelancing campus to where, how to set up the DMs. And people are interested. People are, they're, a lot of people want to do wealth creation. And, I'm happy to help them. And, the whole DM messaging and how to set up your social media that Dylan teaches you in the freelancing campus is very helpful. And then, I couldn't get that anywhere else.
So, in terms of figures, would you be comfortable revealing what you've made as you scaled it?
Oh, yeah. So last year, it was like COVID. I did 90K, and this was just with one unit. I added two more this year. And I'm about to add two more later on within a month or so. So that's going to be well over at least 200 grand in a whole year. That's what I'm seeing in the future, near future, maybe more.
And that's all on the side, correct?
That's on the side, correct?
Right.
And I'm
Very nice.
still pushing for the coaching business as well, using that as a skill.
How did the real world actually contribute to this, though? So you're saying before joining, your mindset was telling you that you wouldn't be able to scale it. Did I understand that correctly?
Yeah, correct. So I just only had one unit. I got complacent. Uh, I was okay, that's fine. It's decent money. But once got into the real world, I got encouraged by the financial campus and Dylan himself, where, if you have something working already, why don't you just scale it? Why don't you keep pushing towards something that's making you money already? So my mindset was like, okay, why not try it? And then I started adding more units, and sure enough,
Right.
it just started stacking up.
So with that complacency, was that because of your lifestyle? Was it different back then to how it is now? Or is there something else to say there?
Correct. It was my lifestyle. I got, like I mentioned, complacency with my 9 to 5 job. Oh, I have it made and stuff like that. But once I started going through the training modules in the financing campus and the freelancing campus, I got even more motivated to, change that mindset, to stop being lazy and to put more work and to, you know, do speed and, whatever's working for you, make more money and
Right.
don't get complacent, keep pushing.
So in terms of your average day, how is it now compared to before you joined the real world?
Yeah. So every day now I'm, on the real world, I'm looking for units. I'm searching for other ways to, add more units and, obviously make, a business out of, the Airbnb, using it as a skill. So I'm basically every day on social media, pumping out DMs, messaging people every day that, hey, I'm doing this and it can help you. So it's every day, it's a busy day.
Hmm. And what would you say to people who might call that excessive, just working so much now and not really relaxing, let's say that?
Well, I used to think excessive was a bad thing, but now if you love something that you do, like for instance, I enjoy what I do, but you know, excessive is not even in my mind anymore. It's just something fluid that naturally, it's something that you naturally do now. So I'm pretty sure your mindset and everything takes care of itself to where it's like you're not even thinking about it. It's excessive because if you really want it, you're gonna go for it without being tired or thinking that you're tired.
Hmm. And realistically, what else are you going to do? Because if you just sit on the couch watching Netflix, I mean, you're just rotting your brain at that point, and it's not like you'll be happy long term doing that.
Yeah, definitely.
So,
You're gonna be a couch potato. You're not gonna be doing nothing. I mean, you have nothing else to do but just learn ways of gaining that passive income, learning other ways to make money
and improving yourself along the way.
and improve yourself. Yeah, definitely.
So, has the community within the real world had any kind of impact on you?
Well, yeah, definitely. So, especially in the wins, when I saw younger individuals, younger than me, 10 years younger than me, making 20K, 30K a month, that's very inspiring. Over here, I'm thinking I have one unit, it's making me 3K a month. When I see guys in the wins channel, oh, this isn't nothing. You're making more than, I'm making more than 20K and you're just barely at 3K. So it's more of a motivation and it inspired me more to push it. So it was very helpful. It motivated me the crap out of myself.
And that shows, again, the quote of you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. I mean, when you're seeing other people winning in your community, that motivates you and shows you that it's possible for you to do the same. And then the positive reinforcement, maybe that's how you'd call it, of everyone else within the community also just pushes you to do better. So it really is a big contributor from everyone I've interviewed. So yeah.
I agree. Yeah, that's 100%.
Good, good. So what would you say was the biggest challenge you faced when you first started out in the freelancing campus outside of the mindset?
So the biggest challenge was where to start. Um, I didn't, at first, I was still confused on what to do, but it's challenging at first on how to do certain things like DMs and stuff like that. But once I started asking questions, it made everything more clear to how to reach out, how to use the power of social media to, you know, demonstrate people, you have this skill and it's something that you can find anywhere else.
What did you expect when you joined the real world? Did you think that this is the path you'd end up going along in terms of scaling the Airbnb business, or did you expect something else from it?
But when I first joined, I wasn't too sure about it. I was still wondering what this was about. But as soon as I started seeing the wins, I knew I knew this, the real world was something legit to, pursue. And it was a big encouragement. Like as soon as I got in, I saw everyone doing their wins and every campus, everyone was winning. So I knew it was a good environment to be around because, if you're around people that are making money and they're successful, it's going to change your mindset. And it's very helpful to be around that.
Right, right. And where else do you see this heading? So, in terms of, let's say, 6 months to 1 year, are you just planning on focusing on coaching people, or do you have other plans as well?
So I plan to make it into an agency. Those are my plans. I plan to scaling it and teaching more people how to, do an Airbnb business and scale it. And, I'm interested in other campuses too. I might, you know, join other campuses like the crypto or stocks and, just learn from there. One income stream is better than more income streams is better than just one. So
Right,
it's
right.
always good to know there's wealth of information in the campuses.
Mhm. And where do you think you got this mindset from? So, even before joining, you still had an Airbnb and you still working a job, everything. And I'm guessing you were ambitious at the time. So now that obviously you have more of a direction, it's opened up more doorways. But still, that mindset was kind of there beforehand. So where do you think it came from?
So that mindset came from a friend of mine that I had. He's a business partner years ago, which kind of influenced me a little bit, but lost connection with him. He pushed me to. It was pre-COVID actually when the whole uh, Airbnb thing started. I was a bit skeptical about it. I was scared to invest, and he changed my mindset. If you never invest in yourself, you never learn. You're never going to get where you want to get. So, that was that. I got with him, lost connection with him, and after that, I got complacent, like I mentioned earlier. And then once I joined the real world, that's where it just happened again. Like my mindset just clicked. Hearing Andrew Tate talking, Arno, it's like a light bulb just came back, and basically inspired me to switch on the gears again.
Mm. So I'd like a bit more there on the impact that Tate has had on you personally.
Yeah, so it all started when I was on social media, and I saw some videos of him on Instagram, and he started talking about, you know, his businesses that he has, and it was all about speed and you know, don't wait. If there's opportunities to make money, you have to change your mindset because I'm a firm believer that you have to have your mindset correct in order to push for what you want to do. Because if you don't have your mindset right, you know, you're basically convincing yourself if you can't do something, you're not going to do it. So his words have power, and I'm pretty sure it influenced a lot of people. It especially influenced me. So it kind of, like I say, it reignited that fire inside of me to push myself even more.
Good. That's good to hear. And now a bit of a bigger question, not sure how else to call it. What would you say have been the three biggest lessons you've learned from your time within the real world?
The three biggest lessons was one, speed. If if you're not hurrying up and making money or finding ways to make money, you're going to be left behind. Speed is very important. Second one, I believe, is networking. Networking opens a lot of doors with you within the campus, and you learn a lot of things for different people, especially from professors in the real world. They're millionaires. They've been proven to learn how to do all of that. And then the third one, I believe, is mindset and basically, you know, pushing yourself, because if you don't have your mindset, it goes back to you're never gonna you're never gonna do something if your mindset is not right. Um, you have to have that correct. And I think those are the three that actually are, the top of my list.
So, something I should have asked earlier, I'm wondering if there's more to add there in terms of when you joined the real world and you saw all the material you were going through from whether it was Arno or Dylan in the freelancing campus, how different were the lessons and what you learned from there compared to what you've seen on the internet?
So they're very different in ways to where, you know, I know Dylan has this freelance campus, and, everything is all put into, organization. Everything has been proven to work. I've never met anyone outside of the real world that presents financial wizardry like Professor Arnold and Dylan himself when it comes to freelancing campus, because there's a couple of uh, skills there that I've never heard of outside of the real world, and if I did, they were pretty much all scams. People are just out there to scam you for your money, and just these fake gurus that don't know what they're talking about. And I find the real world and the professors in there of men of integrity, and they know what they're talking about. So
Right.
that's very important.
Yeah, I mean, men of integrity important because it's hard to listen to someone who you don't respect and maybe don't want to be like. So, yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay. And in terms of questions, that's most of them. So I'll just end with For people who are unsure about joining the real world, maybe they're still thinking it's a scam for $50. What advice would you have to them?
Stop wasting your time, man. It's not a scam. They're here to help you. They've helped me a lot tremendously. And it's only the start. I've still got to, I have ways to learn. And these guys are the real deal. I mean, stop thinking it's a scam. You guys need to, wake up, like Andrew says, half of the time. You got to wake up and stop getting brainwashed and just start attacking. Just start attacking the work and start learning from the professors there because it's very useful and it's very helpful in the future. Not in the future, but
Mm-hmm.
now.
Okay, so nice and to the point interview. I like it. I'd like to do a follow up in future to see how things have scaled for you, maybe in 3 months or so. And yeah, until then, I wish you all the best.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Rokas, for your time.